Hello, you're watching weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I'm your host, İlham Məmmədov. Now, first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Əliyev, First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva, and their family members visited the Sea Breeze Resort in Baku to review ongoing and future development projects. First Vice President of Azerbaijan, Mehriban Aliyeva, and Vice President of the Heydər Əliyev Foundation, Leyla Aliyeva, visited Nursery Number 1 in Nəzdində District and Orphanage Social Service Institution Number 1 in Nizami District of Baku. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Əliyev, received Gilbert Hungbo, Director General of the International Labour Organization, on April 14th.
During the meeting, progress and achievements in Azerbaijan under President İlham Əliyev's leadership were highlighted, particularly regarding efforts to improve labor conditions, employment opportunities, and the social welfare of the population. President İlham Əliyev recalled the complete destruction of infrastructure during the occupation of Azerbaijani territories. He emphasized that alongside reconstruction in the liberated areas, providing employment for returning residents is a top priority. The president underscored the importance of cooperation with the ILO in addressing this challenge. Hungbo expressed his gratitude for the meeting and noted the successful implementation of 2 decent work programs between Azerbaijan and the ILO. He stated that a draft Decent Work Country program for 2025-2029 is in progress. Gilbert Hungbo touched upon the importance of studying Azerbaijan's DOST concept model and emphasized the importance of sharing experience regarding reforms implemented in the social sphere. He noted that effective discussions on just transition were held as part of COP29 and specifically highlighted the establishment of the Regional Working Group for Europe and Central Asia as a key outcome. Gilbert Hungbo affirmed the ILO's commitment to supporting Azerbaijan's development priorities in the social sphere.
On April 16th, İlham Əliyev, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, held one-on-one meeting with Mikhail Kavilashvili, President of Georgia, who was on an official visit to Azerbaijan. On April 16th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Əliyev, and President of Georgia, Mikhail Kavilashvili, delivered press statements.
President İlham Əliyev once again welcomed the President of Georgia and the delegation headed by him. The head of state extended sincere congratulations on the election of Mikhail Kavilashvili to the post of president and noted that it was a pleasure that the president's first official visit after taking office was to Azerbaijan, which reflects the strong relationship between Georgia and Azerbaijan, characterized by friendship and brotherhood that had endured for centuries and continue today. The head of our state highlighted the high level of interstate relations between the two countries, with significant joint projects being undertaken which are important not only for the two nations but for the wider region as well. Political relations between Georgia and Azerbaijan were described as thriving, with frequent high-level contacts and active political dialogue, and that both nations support each other in international organizations. President Ilham Aliyev underlined the strategic importance of the oil, gas and transport projects implemented by the two countries, noting that these initiatives had significantly reshaped the transportation and energy map of the South Caucasus and the entire Eurasian region. The oil and gas pipelines, along with the transport initiatives, had contributed greatly to Europe's energy security, with Azerbaijan currently exporting natural gas to 12 countries, including Georgia, through the Georgian territory. The head of our state acknowledged the progress in the fields of transport and communications, particularly the newly constructed railways and ports, which had created strong synergies between Azerbaijan and Georgia. It was emphasized that these developments had become an integral part of the Middle Corridor, with increasing cargo volumes passing through both countries' territories, and additional steps are being taken to further increase the volume of this cargo. Both nations have a common interest in establishing peace and security in the South Caucasus, and both countries have contributed to this goal, President Ilham Aliyev said, expressing hope that the region's history of conflict and war would soon be a thing of the past. The head of our state noted that the first visit after an election was often symbolic, and the president's choice to visit Azerbaijan was a sign of the strong ties between the two nations. President Ilham Aliyev wished his counterpart continued success in his future endeavors. President of Georgia thanked President Ilham Aliyev for the warm welcome and hospitality. The Georgian president recalled the centuries-old friendship between the peoples of the two nations, stating that it formed a solid foundation for continued cooperation. Mikhail Kavilashvili underscored the importance both nations place on preserving national identity, respecting traditions, and honoring each other's culture and history. In light of global uncertainties and threats to core values, the president of Georgia emphasized the need to protect these principles and affirmed that the Georgian and Azerbaijani peoples stood united in their commitment to defend what is vital to their nations. Mikhail Kavilashvili mentioned several joint projects between Georgia and Azerbaijan that not only benefit both nations but also enhance the region's appeal to the international community, adding that lasting peace and stability are essential for making the South Caucasus more competitive, reliable, and sustainable. President of Georgia reaffirmed Georgia's unwavering support for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Azerbaijan and thanked President Ilham Aliyev for reciprocating that stance. Touching on recent developments, Mikhail Kavilashvili welcomed the conclusion of peace negotiations between Azerbaijan and Armenia, describing it as a positive and promising step for unlocking the region's full potential. He expressed hope that a historic peace agreement would soon be signed, setting the stage for long-term regional stability. Reiterating Georgia's commitment to peace, President of Georgia assured that his country would continue its policy of promoting dialogue, diplomacy, and peaceful coexistence in the South Caucasus. Mikhail Kavilashvili also pointed out that both countries had faced external interference and double standards in recent years. Despite these challenges, they remain determined to uphold the region's security and stability. Noting that no foreign actor knows better than the nations themselves what is right for their people, the Georgian president praised the growing cooperation between Azerbaijan and Georgia in defending their common interests. Mikhail Kavilashvili stressed the need to harness the region's full potential through consistent and wise policies, positioning the South Caucasus as a strong, reliable, and unifying force on the global geopolitical map, and expressed hope that the strong relations between the two countries would continue to deepen, always taking into account each other's interests.
President Ilham Aliyev held an expanded meeting with President of Georgia, Mikhail Kavilashvili, over luncheon on April 16th. President Ilham Aliyev received the credentials of Liu Mei, the newly appointed Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the People's Republic of China.
The ambassador presented her credentials to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev engaged in conversation with the ambassador. The president emphasized that Azerbaijan-China relations are of a strategic partnership nature. The Azerbaijani leader fondly recalled his meeting with Xi Jinping, President of the People's Republic of China, last year, and the adoption of a joint declaration on strategic partnership between the two countries. President Ilham Aliyev highlighted the broad scope of cooperation between Azerbaijan and China, covering political, economic, trade, transport, energy, industry, investment, security, cultural, humanitarian, and other areas. The head of state also pointed out the successful collaboration between the two countries within international organizations, emphasizing mutual support. The president reaffirmed Azerbaijan's unwavering support for the One China policy. Referring to the Belt and Road Initiative, the president stated that it's a project that connects countries across a wide geography and promotes cooperation. The head of state noted that Azerbaijan was among the first countries to support China's initiative. President Ilham Aliyev underlined that Azerbaijan has created all necessary infrastructure projects, with some still in the implementation phase, and noted significant opportunities for cooperation between the two countries and the development of the Middle Corridor. Ambassador Liu Mei conveyed the greetings of Chinese President Xi Jinping to the Azerbaijani leader. President Ilham Aliyev expressed his gratitude for the greetings and asked the ambassador to extend his regards to the Chinese president. Ambassador Liu Mei expressed China's support for Azerbaijan's successful development under the leadership of President Ilham Aliyev. She affirmed that China consistently supports Azerbaijan's territorial integrity and sovereignty. The ambassador also emphasized that the relationship between the two countries is characterized by friendship and strategic partnership, and assured that she would spare no effort to further develop these ties. Ambassador Liu Mei also acknowledged the significant role of national leader Heydar Aliyev in the development of China-Azerbaijan relations, stating that Azerbaijan's successful development today is built upon the rich legacy of the national leader.
President Ilham Aliyev received Tanja Fajon, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign and European Affairs of the Republic of Slovenia.
During the meeting, the sides praised the development of political relations between the two countries and highlighted the recent political consultations held at the level of foreign ministers. President Ilham Aliyev emphasized that Azerbaijan attaches great importance to strengthening ties with Balkan countries. The discussion also focused on expanding Azerbaijan's cooperation with the Balkan region, including Slovenia, in the energy sector. The two sides exchanged views on future prospects in this area and stressed the importance of enhancing ties between the business communities of both countries to boost economic and trade relations. The significance of the Middle Corridor was also discussed during the conversation. It was noted that the corridor serves as one of the key transportation arteries for developing economic and trade relations between Europe and China, presenting favorable opportunities for Slovenian companies. In this context, cooperation between the ports of Azerbaijan and Slovenia was explored. The meeting also featured an exchange of views on other issues of mutual interest.
On April 18th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev, First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva and their family members visited the Sea Breeze Resort in Baku to review ongoing and future development projects. Emin Ağalarov, founder of Ağalarov Development, first informed the head of state and the First Lady about the completed Park Residences 2 project. This phase of development features 10 7-story buildings comprising 1,260 apartments. For residents' comfort, modern infrastructure such as swimming pools and recreation areas have been created, and extensive landscaping has been undertaken. Notably, during COP29, Sea Breeze hosted nearly 4,000 guests, many of whom were accommodated in these residences. President Ilham Aliyev was then briefed on the Sea Breeze master plan and the projects implemented to date. More than 500 real estate units have already been constructed within the complex. Facilities including outdoor and indoor pools, fitness centers, restaurants, cafes, children's and sports playgrounds, running and cycling tracks, and fountains ensure high-quality living and leisure. The complex also includes a school, a kindergarten, and a hospital. Special emphasis has been placed on landscaping, with nearly 10 million plants and trees planted, bringing the total green area to 300 hectares. Combining permanent residential living with premium recreational infrastructure, Seabreeze is evolving into a city of the future. Experts note that the project is globally unique in offering a vast variety of real estate formats within the single location. Located along the Caspian Sea, just 30 minutes from Baku's city center, Seabreeze spans 500 hectares. Over 1.5 million square meters of residential and commercial space has been developed. More than 150 hectares are dedicated to recreational areas, parks and beaches. The resort's main projects are concentrated along the coastline and expected to significantly enhance Azerbaijan's tourism appeal. Among them is the flagship project Caspian Dreamliner, an 11-story structure designed in the shape of a massive liner which will be built on an artificial island. It will include an apart hotel, shopping center and swimming pools. The ambitious project involves both local and international architectural firms, including several world-renowned architects. By 2028, the construction of an additional 700 buildings is planned, along with the development of a crescent-shaped artificial peninsula spanning 50 hectares. This area will feature global hotel brands, shopping centers, yacht marinas, and a concert venue with a capacity of over 40,000 spectators. Beyond its tourism and residential appeal, Seabreeze plays an important social role by supporting job creation. Currently, 6,560 individuals are employed at the resort, with that number expected to grow substantially. To date, the total investment in the project has reached $3 billion, with more than $5 billion in additional investment planned over the next 5 years. According to 2024 data, Seabreeze made a significant contribution to the national economy and is among the largest taxpayers in the Republic of Azerbaijan. First Vice President of Azerbaijan, Mehriban Aliyeva, and Vice President of the Heydar Aliyev Foundation, Leyla Aliyeva, visited Nursery No. 1 in Nesimi District and Orphanage Social Service Institution No. 1 in Nizami District of Baku on April 15th. Nursery No. 1 currently cares for 63 children under the age of 3. First Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva and Vice President of the Heydar Aliyev Foundation, Leyla Aliyeva, regularly visit this facility, showing care and attention to the children and ensuring their well-being. The Heydar Aliyev Foundation initiated a comprehensive renovation of the nursery's building. originally constructed in 1930. The renovated facility was inaugurated on May 10, 2015, with the participation of First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva. Being distinguished with constant caring initiatives, the Heydar Aliyev Foundation pays special attention to the healthy upbringing of children deprived of parental care from physical and mental point of view, thereby significantly contributing to the policy pursued by the Azerbaijani state in respect to children. Afterwards, First Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva and Leyla Aliyeva visited Orphanage Number 1. The First Lady and Leyla Aliyeva are frequent visitors to the Orphanage Number 1, where they celebrate holidays with the residents and bring gifts. Currently, Orphanage Number 1 provides care for 100 children between the ages of 3 and 18. The facility offers comprehensive resources for education, sports, and healthcare. As always, the residents of the facility welcomed the esteemed guests, First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva and Leyla Aliyeva, with a program of poems, songs, and literary performances. Since its establishment, the Heydar Aliyev Foundation has kept this institution in focus, working to ensure that its residents have access to higher education, employment opportunities, and the development of professional skills. The facility underwent a major renovation with the support of the Heydar Aliyev Foundation and was reopened in 2005 with the participation of the First Lady of Azerbaijan. In 2017, 2 residents of the facility married. The Heydar Aliyev Foundation organized their wedding and gifted the young couple an apartment and a car. That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.